Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Nature Folklore Sessions. It's the 13th of June, lovely day in 2021. Well, it's absolutely fabulous. I'm here in Claire's garden. She has some tall heritage trees. You can see a big cedar behind. It's warm here, much warmer than maybe at Carracrory at the moment, 24 degrees. I think that's about 75 Fahrenheit if you're looking at the imperial. So thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join us really for this weekly time of exploring nature-centered folklore, connecting this within your favorite sanctuary space, something like this maybe, and expressing inspired visions from your sanctuary through your poetry, your writing, arts, craft, performance, and even problem solving. Now, this afternoon's theme is sound bathing, and some people say to me, what's this to do with nature folklore? It would take me a whole session to explain that in a way. And I've had some interesting questions, and I was going to go through that. But I'm going to actually leave that till next week, which is the Midsummer Gathering, because there's a lot on with sound bathing today. And I'm not going to be able to get through it all with you today, which is delightful because it means I've got some content to share with you for Midsummer Gathering. But please, how do you celebrate Midsummer? And get your pre-recorded videos or come on live next Sunday as well. But this is really, I suppose, if you collect it all together, it's about the vibrations of sound to dissolve your stress away. And as I said in the post I put out there, this is really very much involving a group called Women of Water. So we've got a few beautiful presentations. So you will be getting sound of both instruments that people use in sound therapy, and you will be getting some water as well. So looking at who we have, we've got Sarah Humble. We got a lovely contribution from her, and there's doing a bit of sound therapy there. And we got Carol Ann Farrelly, very interesting. She goes under the name of Carol Ann, actually, and I'll explain why very soon. And then this very vibrant hello woman there, Elaine Moya Breeder and Kira. I hope I got that right. And we got her later on. And then someone a lot of you familiar with, Andy Tyler White. I'm in more trouble pronouncing his name, and I. He's the lad that's, you see the gong, the tall one on the left. He's the lad that's standing next to that with some of his students. And delighted to have something by Carmel Deviney of the Celtic School of Sound Healing. It's amazing to see what she's progressed into. And there are others that I've not mentioned because I'm not sure if they're going to be included today or going to be moved into the Midsummer Gathering next Sunday. So there's not going to be a panel session, so ask questions as you go along, and we'll fill in stuff that you're interested in, questions and comments, and I look forward to that. But let's see who's joining us, who's on with us actually live. We got Sherry Gooch, lovely greetings from Wisconsin. Donna's here, lovely. Good morning, Donna. Blazing, is it blazing? Blasting there, New Mexico. And Maria Doinlicki from Toronto, becoming quite a regular. Thank you for always joining us each Sunday, Maria. And we got Gary. There's Gary Brannigan. Gary Brannigan with the Water Folklore. We're talking about him getting to the Nationwide, and he's got Nationwide got hold of him again, and he may have been on. I've got to look into the archives of OTE, but he's helping them with the presentation of a Dublin well out near Dalkey. Fascinating place. So nice to see you, Gary. Hope everything's great with you and the family there. Fantastic. And then we got, I think Carmel, dare I say, yeah, Carmel Divine is here. Beautiful idea for presentations. Lovely to have you aboard here, Carmel. Fabulous. I hope you'll enjoy this. I'm almost tempted to put Carmel up front, but we'll have to wait a few minutes as well. And we got Andrea as well, Andrea Rose McDonald from the Wild Garden in Florida. So thank you for the people, especially in Ireland, because it is a fantastic day. Shannon, Michaela, Doree Smith, the lady who was on wonderful one who was on the Water Folklore, who are very much involved with this gathering of the women of the water. So it's fantastic, and it looks like I'm going to spend all afternoon saying hello to all you wonderful people. Let's get on with the show here. Now, these I do the. I put the begging bowl out first thing, of course, and I've got so many people here. Get the switches, and these sessions are the folklore sessions, nature folklore sessions, the Carracroy Labyrinth Gardens. They're brought to you largely through the lovely generosity of the Patreon subscribers. And a lot of you are watching today are you subscribers anyway. And I hope you're enjoying the little mini videos I'm starting to put up for you. Anyway, thank you for your continued support, because I wouldn't be here this afternoon hosting this, because with what I do with bits and pieces and toys, I have to pay various subscriptions. So you helped me to cover that. And right, I'm very grateful. Actually, Sarah Humble, I don't think she's tuned in with us this time. She always has difficult reception. I'm actually next week going to be hopefully have an interview with her, so we'll get her on properly live probably next week. But she's been a huge help. This is Sarah Humble of All Is Well. If you go to All Is Well, you'll find the group there. And she's been a huge help putting together today's show as well, encouraging some wonderful women to share stuff with you. Beautiful videos for inclusion. So I'm going to actually start off with a video that I think Sarah, she says, call me Sarah, filmed by our local Holy Well near Carracroy. It's got so many names I've known it's even for the 20 years I've been there as being the Hag's Well, after a story of Doida, a version that's there, and the three hags at the well. Groynia's Well, because of the story of Groynia. There's various Groynias. It's not just the Dermot and Groynia. There's a local story as well. Two more, because the townland is it. And it's, what are the names? And of course, the other name is called the Kingstone Well. I'm not even going to go into that, because I think that one's actually stupid for the reason. Anyway, I'm not going to go on more, but I'm going to go on to Sarah's video, because I think it's actually perfect for opening the videos of this show. And unfortunately, I wasn't at home when she was passing by and going to this well. But it would have been lovely. Sarah and her lovely dog. They're not with us live, as I say. But it's a great, great honor for me to share this video. And some of you will recognize this well, because you've been to that well with me as well. And I told you some of the stories. So let me get this video going for you. This is Sarah's, if I can wind up the jukebox, this is Sarah Humble at the various name. Let's call it the Hag Well for now. Well, thank you. That was Sarah opening that up. Combination of sounds and water as well with that, and that's pretty much the pace of how we're going to be this afternoon. So we are a bit different. Gary enjoyed that. There we go. Lovely. There's some hearts here. Karen, beautiful there. Great. And from you, there we go. I have some audio. Oh, that's me. That's from YouTube. Stephanie as well. Sharon and May. Good afternoon to you, Sharon, and blessings as well, as I said, to Shannon, Michaela, Doree Smith, who's with us. And Carmel is saying hello to Gary. There we go. So wonderful that you're together. And of course, Gary is saying hello to Carmel. There we go. Great. Okay. Now let's get on with our next guest, which is Gary's compliment to Sarah, so gentle. Let's get on to the next gentle one now. It's Carol Ann Farrelly. She's known as Carol Ann because with this video that you're about to see, Carol Ann wrote the poem. And then there was another Carol Ann Farrelly who produced the video. And they both live in Leitrim, I believe. They're not far away from each other, but not related. Now, Carol Ann, she, if I can get to back to my photo collection here, because Carol Ann recently, well, here she is. This is who you're going to be watching the video of. And she recently brought out the book. I'll get the picture of the book here. It's Poems from My Heart. And I think not necessarily on a website, but I've got something here in the banners. It's available on the website of the leitrimexperience.ie. I'll keep that up for a moment anyway. And I forgot to say, if you weren't sure, I'll go to the previous. All is well. That was Sarah anyway. Let's get back to the Leitrim Experience there. And what I'm about to share really is one of those poems from that book that Carol Ann is going to share with us. It's set to music, and it's also set to dance, because Carol Ann also facilitates a dance group, the creative movement, Croy being of the heart. So this is dancing from the heart. So that's something that she's done. I'm not sure if I got a website for that as well. Let's get the banners up. What's that one? Singing the Land. That's our next guest. So let's go for the Leitrim Experience with Carol Ann here. And I'm going to introduce the video. This is Carol Ann's lovely expression, beautiful video of one of her poems. Go, let's get the jukebox going. There we go.
Oh, sacred river, oh, mighty river, flowing onwards to the sea.
I got you the wrong video. This is Carol Ann's, I think.
Tiny wellsprings,
getting mixed up.
You gather water,
and I got the video.
See how mighty you can be. The ancient peoples, they sailed upon you, they journeyed inland to the source of life eternal and sacred union.
I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I put the wrong video on because I have two sources of videos here, and that's our next guest. So here we go. We are live. This is Carol Ann. Here we go.
the sun, the sea, and me. The sun hugs my heart and fills me, creating a warm gold, radiant glow, befriending my body, touches, feelings, smells. Sensations, caressed connections, movement, vibrations in my body and out of my head, natural highs. Where it led. The sea kisses my feet goodbye as it lifts me up towards the sky. A first-class ticket to viewing the stars tonight. I take note that it hurts more to stand at the shore, with the sea spitting sand and shells, as if to say, come in, trust the deep, wavy swells, carrying me, moving me, rocking me like a baby. Natural highs amaze me.
Now, wasn't that special? I'm glad I found that. So apologies to Carol Ann if you're tuning in and saying, oh, where's my video? It was a real pleasure to eventually get onto that. I think that's absolutely stunning. And I think that Carol Ann is actually going to be putting a complete film from her book that's going to be manifested into that gorgeous style of video making by her, helped along by her other namesake. Absolutely fabulous. And what do you think about that? Did you enjoy that? It's just getting better as we go along, for sure. I can't actually see the comments. Where do they appear? You might have to just swipe. What happens is if you're watching a video, I think it's swipe to the left and suddenly you get the comment bar. Actually, you've made a comment. So you've somehow made a comment, Carmel. They're getting through somewhere. Donna's saying how peaceful they are. And let's see. Wow, Carol Ann, yes, it was. I think everybody's been wowed by that, haven't they? So I'm certainly looking forward to a lot more, and I hope we'll be able to present them here as well on the Nature Folklore. And beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Andrea, Bruce, Dow. Thanks for your feedback on that. Absolutely gorgeous. And now this time I'm definitely going to give you the right video from Elaine Moyer, Brina, Kira. And I hope I said that name right, because your name actually reminds me of a Hebridean Scottish phrase. It's Kira Guiladid Doida am Muir or Doida am Mara. And what that's actually saying is a phrase on the Hebrides: put your hood up because the storms are coming, because the goddess Doida is dancing on the sea. So that's Kira Guiladid Doida am Mura or Doida a Moira. So that's what your name reminds me of, Kira. Whether it's from that, I should think it's related to hoods in some way. Anyway, we've played a part of it, so we're going to have an encore of the full video here. Elaine said that she wrote this song a few years ago, and it was recorded. This is recorded near a lockkeeper's cottage on the Boyne, because she's very much involved with the Save the Boyne group. And this was near Navan where this was filmed. So this song is a prayer for protection. And Carmel, you really enjoy this especially. It's a song for prayer for protection, gratitude, and celebration on the ongoing conservation efforts of the Boyne, because there is the threat. People are worried about a pipeline of treated wastewater that's going to be taken from the Dawn Meets all the way to the Boyne. And the Boyne at that point is a very important area of drinking water for the people of Navan, and that's where they extract the water. So with that in mind, but really with the conservation thought, rather than angry for the pipeline, is that whole conservation, the preciousness and gratitude for the Boyne, especially at this point. So this is Elaine's video in full this time.
Which you now offer along your course, O Bruna Bonya, the Boyne Valley, where once high kings and queens of yore from royal Tara you ruled o'er our land. Now all your mysteries passed into lore. O sacred river, O mighty river, flowing onwards to the sea, from tiny well springs you gather water. Now see how mighty you can be. Your flow is earthbound, but in the heavens you find the mirror, the Milky Way. Oh, on the Bonya, the White Cow's River, you bring us sustenance along your way. Oh, sacred river, oh, mighty river, flowing onwards to the sea, from tiny well springs you gather water. Now see how mighty you can be. Now see how mighty you can be.
Ah, great. Thanks very much for submitting that one for us to share today, Elaine. Thank you very much. And the song certainly explains it all, doesn't it, there? All right, next feature here. Any more? Uh, you're probably still in. Each video is going to put you into an enchantment, that's for sure. And Shannon's saying hello to Carmel here. Carmel's coming up very soon. And yes, wow, Carol Ann, we've had that. The next person I got coming up is it's funny, the contributions are generally by women on Nature Folklore. I was mentioning this last week and I forgot. And that was the blooming last week, the gardens, and they saying, no, it's all women. And we had Didier Riva. So here's the man, excuse me, and I couldn't get him live because he's very busy. It's Andy Tyler White. He's a multiple musician. Plays a whole bunch of instruments. Every time I see him, he's got something different. Let's get some pictures. There's him in the local market, lovely event. Obviously plays the guitar. He does in many, and there's him rocking out at a festival with his bass. And then I think this is a Carrick. That looks like a Carrick market doing a drum circle there. And there's very much his kind of setup. He says that's the old hat setup. I said, well, we're going to have to get an interview with the new hat as soon as possible. And he's also a very fluid writer and composer, poetry, songs, makes tunes, but he's quite well known for the sound therapy. He said it's great to be on the road because over the weekend he's doing a couple of sound therapy sessions up in Fermanagh. So he's over the border. So I'm going to the next video. It's kind of an introduction, and Andy said this is a very old video, but that's all we could get off him. So this is a presentation a bit, a lovely quiet meditation from Andy Tyler White with his old hat of sound therapy instruments. Well, thank you very much for that, Andy. In a way, that reminded me of firework displays where you got one thing at a time and it pops and it pops, and then all of a sudden you got the whole blast there. So that's Andy's interpretation. I must be, I hope you're enjoying this. And I'm certainly enjoying this and last week because I'm off the hook with these. You're not putting up with me blabbing away like with some of the folklore stories and so forth. I might get my edge in next week anyway with the midsummer. But anyway, I hope Carmel's with us. Yes, because you're up next, Carmel. Fantastic gong sounds to capture. Not easy to do. I was thinking that to actually, especially what you do, Carmel, to actually get that onto video, it's so awkward because it's a two-dimensional thing on a video. You're not getting the whole thing around you unless you're clever with your sound system. So that's it is amazing, and kudos to Andy for doing the best. He is pretty good on sound anyway. Can you put his name on the comments? Andy Tyler White. I should have something. He's funnily enough, he doesn't work with social media or websites very much. People just phone him up. You can, I think, get hold of him through the he's listed with the Celtic School of Sound Healing. That's the best I can do. Andy Tyler White. Yes, I need to type something in. I'll put it in the comments after the show. I'll do that for you with that. It's funny that he doesn't have a direct link, but he gets fully booked up anyway. He's been around for years, so he tends to have his regular venues and so forth. Anyway, we're going to move on. Well, there was a few new arrivals that we had through this, and there was Davina. Now, Davina definitely play back from the beginning because the Women of the Water were the first few videos, first few presentations that we had. And also Sherry, I think you absolutely love that, Sherry, as well, if you missed it. And lovely that you came in, but the water ones, even though I made an error with Elaine's and played it too early, there's some fantastic presentations there. I'm absolutely proud of the Women of the Water, what they've done there. So it's beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Denise Lowry, we felt it here in Baltimore. Very good. And the gongs are amazing from Donna Johnson. And he's awesome. And Sherry, when I had my healing practice, Connecticut, one of the men from the Himalayan Voices left. He set up a 6-foot copper pyramid with the antique singing bowls all around. Look at that. There's a great story. Mary Dwyer, lovely that you're on board. Lovely here. Thanks very much. Correction, John. I'm Celtic School of Sound Healing. Whoa! Sorry, I got the wrong one. We're coming up next. I'm really pressing the wrong buttons. Thank you for saying that. Anyway, it's because you're coming up next. One thing definitely with that Carmel, worth checking. Maybe it was down for a minute. I couldn't get on the website. The website seemed to be a bit faulty. It might have been the server at the time. Check on that because I brought this up just in case it wasn't working. There's the carmeldiviny.com as well. And I'll bring that back up very soon. Now, what have I got here? Singing the Land. That was Elaine. Elaine was singing the Land that we had earlier. If you go on Facebook, she's at Singing the Land for Elaine. And earlier when I was, Carol Ann was the lead from Experience. So there's a few reminders there. But definitely Carmel, I'm keeping stitches. Carmel is great fun being putting together existing videos, beautiful, absolutely beautiful videos. And I must admit, Carmel, let's see what she says about the website. It's being updated. Well, it's worth people knowing, and they got the carmeldiviny.com, which is a beautiful website still, even though it's got the book. It's got Carmel's book in it, and so it's worth going to that. But I'm going to bring that back up again. But with Carmel, I've got a video collection here, which I trust I'll put the right one on eventually. And I was really tempted because when Carmel got her first gongs, and it's been amazing witnessing how Carmel was developed in sound therapy and sound healing. And she had a couple of gongs. We went to Fornox in Meath, and there was another woman, Sylvia Maxwell, and myself. We grabbed hold of her gongs, and we were definitely acting in the maggot with these, and the video was recorded. And I was tempted to put it in this sequence, but I thought, no, let's keep this to real sound therapy anyway. So, as I say, with Carmel, I've got some pictures up here, which are definitely worth sharing here. And where we got there's Carmel. That was we were actually in Rathloo, the woods there, and Carmel had a bowls there, and there's the lovely Buddy, and she's with the tuning fork. And I think this was well before you got the gongs. It was kind of the early days of the sound therapy, so that's brilliant. And then the gongs came along. I assume that's on Tara. And then becoming really proficient, I must admit, Carmel is absolutely brilliant. And I always tease her about one instrument, which I haven't got a picture of the ice cream truck instrument. It sounds like the old-fashioned ice cream coming up the road. Anyway, she took that in great humor anyway. Anyway, she started teaching people to become therapists. There's some picture of some people qualified for them, well-deserved certificates and very genuine teaching and apprenticeships they would have got. Now, Carmel, if you go through CarmelDivine.com or wherever you can get to, let's put the Carmel Divine because I know that works. And she's now, it really expanded it, and she's doing like we do on the Nature Folklore. She's really applying that sound therapy to everything, to the whole shamanistic realm. And it's amazing the inclusion she's putting, and it really connects that sound therapy. It's worth investigating anyway, which is the point I wanted to bring up there. So let's, without further ado, this is Carmel Divine. It's a combination of videos that she's made, and I think they're gorgeous. And I'm sure you're going to thoroughly enjoy these before look, see if something's been said. Wow, that's an oldie. Oh, that must be the picture. Goodness me, letting Carmel Divine. Let's see. Just saying, with absolutely inspired to make more videos after this channel. Thank you for the push. I'm looking forward to them. I know you're very busy with the therapy because you're so brilliant at this. And obviously I put up an audio as well. But there's no hesitation. This is a sort of mashup of Carmel's videos, but together I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I hope this is the right button. Let's get, first of all, probably to make it work, I've got to move that video, that picture there. Right, here we go. So there we go. Thanks very much. That compilation. I love those sound wings. Recent acquisition, I believe, Carmel. So that I couldn't resist adding those. I think they're absolutely fabulous. And Divina, thanks, Sharon. It's old stuff. Yeah, it's still beautiful old stuff. Can't make videos since Windows stopped ceased their video. Yes, it is awkward. They do a good video creator, but it's damn hard finding it on the Windows. It's there, but they make it so difficult. I must admit, it was very easy access, and I couldn't even give you instructions because it took me hours to find it. And when I found it, it's as good, if not better, but it's hidden. Strange thing, anyway. What I use for quick speed, I use the iMovie on an iPad with most of this, and then another couple of little apps because I get impatient. I make these videos very quickly. And Davina was saying this is lovely, beautiful sound with scenery. You'll enjoy the first parts, the water ones, Davina. Lots of scenery and lots of atmosphere, lots of enchantment in that. So you go back to the beginning where it's archived. You will absolutely have a great time with it. And Andrea Rose with a love here. And I think she said something else. There you go. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. And as I say, I'm going to move quite a few things forward to next week. So I'm kind of skipping. And the one thing, if you'd see my posts in various places, that today, if I can get the picture up, it's Yeats Day. And Yeats Day is, well, I've still got a comment up there. Let's flash that for a minute. So Yeats Day, and there's been asking people to recite poems. You can still do that up until your midnight with the # Yeats Day, hashtag Yeats Day, and video yourself and just put at Yeats School and all the rest of it. And now I've just had something. Oh shit! Sorry, a bit of technical. Is kind of flummoxed me here. Bit. Hang on, while I've got to do a little bit of repair. One of my monitors has decided to pack up. I've just got a second. It's back again, and I will just. So what's happened to it? I'm going to do a backup monitor. Excuse me a moment while I do that. It won't take me just being a tick. This is the tech stuff that happens. So it's onto the backup monitor now. Give me a few seconds because I'm going to come up with something very special right now for the Yeats Day. You probably half know what it is anyway. I'm muttering away whilst I actually... here we go. I'm almost got the second monitor back up and running. Right, here we go. Right, here it comes. Shite. Oh, sorry about that. The second monitor's playing up now. Hang on. I'll try again. It decided to play up. I'm going to try it again. There we go. See if it's coming up. Yeah, it's working this time. Right. Okay. It was just too much to handle to start with. I should be back on call. Anyway, what I'm saying is that being Yeats Day, we got a bit of sound therapy involved with this as well. Right, let's get to it. So, well, the thing was, I don't have any more pictures with that. As I say, it's to do with Yeats. And so yesterday, in all of this, I got Claire to do. I did a lovely recording with Claire with a Yeats poem that put out everywhere today. And this is out in the same garden where I'm broadcasting today. And it's with... oh, God, it's me. Sorry. It's still got tech issues. Right. Well, we've got... oh, going brain dead trying to. This is men multitasking, and it's always the same story, isn't it? Anyways, Claire Roach here. I keep saying she's cloth of heaven. It isn't to a child dancing in the wind. Here we go. And thank you, Claire, for that. So that's a bit of sound therapy from Claire for this Yeats Day. And whilst that was on, I did manage to repair the glitch on the second monitor, sort of half repaired anyway. It's got a bit of an elastoplast on it. But I trust you've enjoyed these guests this afternoon. It's another sort of video jukebox like last week. Quite fun to do. Maybe we'll have live guests or two next week. And but we're not finished yet as well. Certainly any questions you've got, any comments while that was going on. There's how interesting. I found a postcard I picked up in Ireland. I have the song of Wandering Angus. Maybe we'll get to do that one for the next Yeats Day. And no panic, says Carl. No, I tried not to panic there. First time I've heard Claire since I saw you in the National Concert Hall. Magnificent. Yeah, she did. I think last year she did a lovely Stolen Child. Might put that up again later. We'll eventually get a set of them done like that. So thank you very much. And wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Carmel. Amazing. Thank you. Video was sublime. That was Sherry who was saying that. And Lavina, lovely. The scenery too is what she's saying there. So So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the sessions, thank you for your help there. As say from the this is where the subscribers are, and I'm sending little video clips as well on Nature Folklore when I can in the week, just for the Patreon subscribers. So thanks for helping out with that one, because it's what supports covers subscriptions and other costs for these sessions. And eventually, I think it'll be the winter when I actually get the Nature Folklore course together. So it's only $1, euro, pound, and or more a month, and it all helps out. Now, coming on up on the folklore sessions, coming up, as I say, next week, we do have the it is the Midsummer Gathering. And that's going to be like a potluck variety show with different live guests, maybe. I hope we've got a live guest or two. The stuff I didn't share with you today, they'll be rolled over to that. Oh, I think we got the Dancing Monks on as well from California. I think they're going to be on for next week. And I might ask some local dancers as well to do something for that. And then on the 27th, I'm looking forward to this one, Dana O'Driscoll, interviewing her with her Sacred Actions book, which comes out on the 28th of June, though interestingly, you can order it now. Sacred Actions for Sustainable Practices. So dedicating to some of the contents of that wonderful book. Living the Wheel of the Year through the Earth-centered practices. I think it's a stunning companion to what we do in Nature Folklore, because Dana is very much a hands-on person. I always say I never trust a druid who doesn't have their hands dirty. I know that druids, they do have their patrons and they have the people working in the fields and providing their shelter and so forth. But I still think today, to understand what they're talking about, to get the sense of it, the hands have to be in there. They have to be with the trees. It must be the care. And they need to get midge bites. You know, they can't be in a sterilized room, things like that. Now, Dana, she lives that life, and it's a fabulous book that's kind of put around that. And then the 4th of July, we've got to create poetry. That went down very well last year, where we have a poetry collection on the 4th of July. So that's what's coming up. I'll say more about that getting nearer the time. So get your poems ready to share live or pre-recorded. We might have a bit of a video jukebox with that as well on that day, of course. So there's one or two comments that you've made here. There's Claire. Claire's on board. I didn't say that Claire's babysitting at the moment. She's a grandmother of twins, so she's kind of been babysitting, and the twins have been where she's watching inside. She's actually walked around with the twins, but couldn't quite get over to the desk here to say the hello. So I hope that was substituted well by the video that was done. Thank you, Shannon and Carmel, for your kind words. And she's saying she's babysitting here. For privacy's sake, I won't give the twins pictures, but they're absolutely gorgeous. They're Sapphire and Callie, gorgeous twins, grand twins. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for joining, Davina. We've got a nice regular crew that comes along, and it's funny, there's even a regular crew that comes on in the evenings now as well, and the following mornings. So there's a few cracks going on at different times. I know last week we didn't have many people, yet in the end it was one of the best watched videos of this whole session. I just don't know where it's going to go. And of course it is summer as well. Claire, that was lovely. Was Denise there. And I think Donna's coming up with another something here. Every bit of this was wonderful. Thank you all. I'm surprised we didn't get any of the YouTube people comment today. No, we didn't. No YouTubers. I thought there was none last week, but there were when I looked through the comments later on. So where's Big Bear? We haven't had Big Bear through the YouTube. And there was even a couple of people phoned me up today and said, can we watch through the YouTube? So we haven't seen them. Never mind. It's grateful for what we have, and it's absolutely gorgeous to have all of you that have been the regulars, have been tuning in. I love the crack with you people. I'm very grateful for you joining. So thanks again. We had all those amazing video guests. Oh God, how I'm not, there was Elaine, and there was Claire, of course, and there was Davina, not Davina, there was Carmel, Elaine, there's, oh goodness, this is embarrassing, isn't it? Who else did we have? Oh, we had Sarah, who put the whole thing, pretty much put the whole thing of this together. And then we certainly Andy Taylor White, thanks to him. And I'm thinking the ones, I don't want to mention the ones that didn't come up because that's going to be a nice surprise for another time. And right, I've missed someone, haven't I? That beautiful video, a person with multiple names. Oh, I really, I keep thinking, no, Carrie Ann, not Carrie Ann. Yeah, very embarrassing. I should know these off of the. My short-term memory is pretty rough, isn't it? We had Caroline. Yes, it was Caroline. I got it right. Following away there. So thanks very much to all you people. And I do return time to time. Keep the comments going because a lot of you will be watching this in the evening. Tomorrow through the week, and I still look at comments, I still answer, and we get through a little bit of a crack through that as well. Subscribe below if you can. You can click the bell icons if you're watching on the YouTube now or later. I think there's a bell on Facebook these days, and it gives it when you knock the bell, you get the details of each session that's coming up, each Nature Folklore. So really, it's time for me to say have a safe week. Full of all that lovely wonder, inspirations, your enchantments. Spend a great time in your sanctuary. So enjoyed having you along. So enjoyed the videos, and some of you made the videos are here. I'm so glad you could come along. So until next Sunday, play well. Thank you so much. Bye.